It's time for our latest transfer racer on ESPN FC. Shaka Hislop joining me to give us a big thumbs up or thumbs down on the latest rumours. And we will begin with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leaving Arsenal for PSG. What do you say, Shaka?
This makes an awful lot of sense. If PSG offload talent, I think Icardi, and as much as he had slowed down when the season restarted over the winter break, I thought he was a good fit and showed that him and PSG make a whole lot of sense. Now, Aubameyang going to Paris only ticks those boxes if either Icardi doesn't stay, which, as I just mentioned, I don't see why not, or more to the point, whether Neymar or Mbappe are on their way out. I think of the two, the more likely is Neymar. If neither goes, Aubameyang is surplus to requirements. If one of those goes, he's a perfect fit.
They say a big part of it is him wanting Champions League football. You have to be able to understand that for a 30-year-old. Yeah,
listen, I totally understand Aubameyang wanting out of Arsenal right now. Just kind of give him their own position in the league, give him how good he has been since his arrival. He's not getting any younger and probably wants that really big European move, which he'd been pushing for when he initially, considered the exit at Dortmund. Maybe the time has come right, but this is the last opportunity for him to get that move.
Next on the list is Anthony Martial to leave Manchester United. Not too sure where. Inter's one club that has been mentioned, but can you see him departing Old Trafford?
I can see him departing Old Trafford. At times, he's just cut a forlorn figure and not looked very happy with his football. The challenge is, I don't see why Manchester United let him go right now. Manchester United don't have an awful lot of world-class talent in that dressing room. And Martial is one of their brightest talents. So until you find a replacement for him, until you can pack that dressing room with players as good as or better than, I don't see why you let him go. Makes sense for Martial to look for an exit right now. It just doesn't make sense for Manchester United. And they're holding the cards.
Very interested to hear what you've got to say about this next one. Harry Kane to Real Madrid. Now, there was a report that Jose Mourinho has said to Spurs Chiefs, make sure that if you lose any of our best players, they do not go to contenders in the Premier League. So that then would open up the door for clubs that could afford him, PSG, Real Madrid. Can you see him in the Spanish capital?
I can. And I'll be honest, Kate, I can see Harry Kane anywhere. I think he's that good a footballer. He fits into just about any system that he chooses. The big question is, does he come in and replace Karim Benzema, who continues to be a vital part of that squad? Pound for pound, if you ask me to choose between the two right now, I take Harry Kane. But the one thing that you know with Benzema and Real Madrid is that it's a fit. You know it works. Whereas maybe it's still a bit uncertain with Harry Kane. But I see this working if it does happen for both club and player.
Okay, so where would you rank it then if Real Madrid had the chance to get Erling Haaland or Harry Kane?
Right now, I think I'm leaning Haaland. Just maybe because of his age, there's more upside, which I know, listen, we're talking about Real Madrid. That's not top of their own considerations. They go for the brightest talents at the peaks of their powers. But left up to me, if I'm building a squad, I'm leaning Haaland.
Next up, Gareth Bale to the Premier League. And it's to your former club. I can see the crest behind you. Newcastle United that's prompted these rumours. Can you see him swapping Madrid for the northeast of England?
In short, no. And I understand the interest or why the speculation, given Newcastle's own new ownership and the speculation around the kind of money that they'll be able to spend, and the fact that we've just spent the last 2 or 3 years discussing how expensive a move it will be if somebody came in for Gareth Bale, and how difficult a move it will be to put together. Maybe Newcastle will have those funds again if those rumours are to be believed. I just feel this is too tough a deal to negotiate. And if he does, he's going to go to one of the proven heavyweights in English or world football. And as much as we speculate, Newcastle aren't there just yet.
Yeah, and his agent, Jonathan Barnett, says he's probably sticking around a little longer and not too many clubs can afford him right now. We're calling on the Goalkeepers Union next. David De Gea's future, is it at Old Trafford?
I think so. And listen, I'll be first to admit, as good as he had been, and one of the best, one of the all-time greats in the Premier League, one of the all-time greats for Manchester United, he hasn't been himself for the last couple of seasons. The issue around David De Gea is the contract that Manchester United offered him and he signed a couple of years ago. The two don't add up. His performances over the last couple of years and what it will take to move David De Gea, what it will take in terms of salary if you were to bring him to your club. So unless Manchester United are willing to take up a huge chunk of his salary, I don't see how it makes sense. I don't see why any club makes that big a gamble with that kind of salary that he's going to command.
Would he think twice, though, if Dean Henderson's performances at Sheffield United mean that he's got some big competition for his position at United?
Yeah, I think that is the real question now. Henderson, how highly he's rated by those within Manchester United. How willing are they to play him and relegate David De Gea to the bench with the kind of salary that he's going to command? Or the other side to that same coin, whether Henderson is just going to be happy to go out on loan again and look for first-team football. And if so, where? I think he's an incredible talent, Henderson. If he does go somewhere, I hope it's one of the bigger clubs where he's playing, at the top end of the league and in Champions League football is the least that his talent deserves. But it leaves Manchester United in a real quandary that I'm not sure there's an easy answer to, or there's a cheap answer to.
So there you are, the rumours of the latest movers and shakers when it comes to the transfer window from ESPN FC's very own mover and shaker, Shaka Hislop.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.